my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. Today I'm really excited to do a first of this video. So I saw some YouTubers doing this video and I thought, oh, I've got to give it a go. This will be hilarious. So I decided to ask over on my Facebook page and on Instagram, what do you assume about me? What do you assume about me? And I thought this was a really interesting question because it would allow you guys to be like, what do you assume about me? Do I like not talk about things which I should talk about or whatever? Like, I was just really intrigued to see what the response was, and I've had so many responses, so I'm really sorry if I don't cover all of them today. If I've got enough, I may roll it into a part 2, but some of them were really good, so I'm really excited to answer them. So thank you to everybody who submitted a response, like really excited for this video. So the first one is from Instagram, from Stacey Robinson, saying, "You've healed all your wounds." Oh no, definitely not. Well, I think like I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I think I've mastered this. I think I'm healed. I think I'm whole. I think I'm aligned. And then, like, especially with twin flame stuff, he'll just do something and I'm like, oh, I'm triggered again. I thought I healed this. This wound's come up from like 3 years ago. What the heck? I was fine. And now this wound's come up. So I think it's difficult in twin flame relationships because you're always having wounds come up. Like, it's like a constant freaking learning and evolution of wounds and purging and ego and all of this. So I don't know, I think from a twin flame perspective, like, definitely not. I just deal with them as and when they come up, and once I've moved past them and worked through them and feel happy and content, if I feel that it could help people, then obviously I talk about it. But I think we never stop learning. We never ever stop learning, and you know, different wounds will come up at different times of our life and new wounds will appear. Like, we never stop learning, we never stop healing. So I don't think they ever will be like healed as such. I think it's just dealing with them. And also, like, one thing I've learned is that like wounds can come up time and time again, but the way you deal with them and the way you heal them, like when they do come up, your comeback's quicker, if that makes sense. So I don't truly believe at this moment in time that wounds ever truly disappear. I think it's the way we deal with them. So when we get triggered in the future, our comeback rate is quicker and we deal with things better. Therefore, we feel we're healed because we deal with our response is different. I don't know how to pronounce this username. Tapson, we'll go for that one. The law of attraction was easy for you to adapt to. I think it was. I think it actually was, in all honesty. Like, when I think about it, like when I think about how some of like my clients struggle in the beginning with like belief and stuff like that, I think I did adapt to it very easily. I think it's now, when I've done it for nearly 3 years, where like all these like conflicting things I've learned come in, that's where my belief, I guess, in some aspects has been knocked, and I've had to really work on that. But in the beginning, yeah, I think it was actually really easy to adapt to because I just believed. I was like, well, I've got nothing else to believe in, so I'm just gonna believe in this. And I think that's what worked really well. So yeah, I would say I did adapt to it really easily, definitely. K-Pow Pics put that you totally have your life together and you never get a crisis of confidence. Oh my god, how I wish my life was all together. Definitely not. I think this is definitely, like, that was the running theme of a lot of people's responses, that my life's just perfect, nothing ever bothers me. If you've heard me talk about the last year, you will know that's definitely not the truth. I wouldn't say my confidence is knocked. I think sometimes because of like some of the stuff that's happened this year, I think I do question sometimes the universe. I've questioned the universe a lot, being like, why would you let this happen? Like, why is this happening? So I don't think it's confidence in myself that it lacks. I think it's confidence in the universe I've definitely had over the last year of tests and things that have happened. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a lack of confidence in myself. I think it's a lack of confidence in the universe. I'm like, are you sure you know what you're doing sometimes? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, definitely. But yes, my life is definitely not all together. I definitely have meltdowns sometimes. I have negative days. I have days where I cry. I have days where I want to give this all up and move to Bali, like legit. My friends know that the most out of everything. But I think that's all part of human life. Like, you know, we need that balance. We need that balance where we have our good and our bad days to balance it out, to know what being ungrateful is, to know what gratitude is, to know what being happy is, to know what being sad is. We need that yin and yang of balance. So I always say, like, feel your emotions. Like, if you're having a shit day, feel it, really work through it and sit in those emotions, because that's where the healing is. That is where the answers are, and what the universe, you know, wants us to do, not to just bypass it, not to just, you know, kind of just be like, all is well, I'm positive, ha ha ha. No, like, the universe knows your vibration. It knows when you're trying to fool it. So that's why I always say it's like really important to work through those things. And yeah, the reason why I don't really talk about like what has happened this last year is because I'm not through it yet. And it's as simple as that. I'm a firm believer of don't talk about things until you're through it. And I don't fully understand all of the lessons of everything, so I may never talk about it. I may talk about it, who knows. But like, I think you just do it privately. Like, I'm a very private person, so yeah, I just deal with these things, and then if I feel cool to talk about it at some point, like, I always will, as you guys know. I love this response from the different mum. I do not assume anything. I know you're a badass hustling woman achieving your dreams. Yes, literally. Well, that is definitely true. Mono Life has put that you were a witch in a past life or Wiccan now. I'm definitely not Wiccan now. Don't really connect to it. It's not to say I might in the future, but definitely as it stands now, like, I don't know, I just don't really connect to it. It doesn't quite vibe with me yet. I really enjoyed reading Lisa Lister's witch book, of course. Really, like, I agree with it. I'm just like, yeah, like, this definitely sounds like something I've done in a past life for sure. Like, I'm very spiritual, but I feel like I was a witch in a past life, but it's not like I consciously am like, yes, I definitely was. Like, I don't consciously know that for a fact. I just feel that, yeah, I relate to that information. Not necessarily in this lifetime, but, you know, the principles of witch and all of this is very much what we do, like crystals, moon cycles, positivity, manifesting things. Like, it's all part of the same thing. So no, I wouldn't say I class it as Wiccan or class it as witch, definitely not, but I am definitely aware of it. And like, I agree that they're very similar things for sure. Then the lovely Maisie Star put, honest, genuine, has a true heart. Well, I would like to say that's true. Like, you never like to really say it about yourself, because you're like, well, I know, like, I'm glad that comes across because that's how I feel inside. But then, you know, when you're just like, I don't know whether like other people see that sometimes. So I'm glad people say it, because I'm like, well, that's how I feel within me, that I do that. So I'm glad that, yeah, I'm glad that it comes across on camera and vibes and stuff and everything like that, because that's what's important. And like, people just wouldn't vibe with your work if you weren't, if that makes sense. Okay, Moon Goddess, what's happening with you and Mr. C, and what lessons have you learned lately? Well, I get this question a lot. Everyone's like, what's happening with Mr. C? What's happening? Is he alive? Like, yes, he's alive. Yes, we're well. We're together. The reason why I don't talk like much about it is because there isn't really much to update you on, really. Like, we're just going along with the flow. I don't really know what else to say apart from that. Like, we're just going along with the flow, and when there's like something to update you guys on, like, you guys will be the first to know for sure. But I think definitely like this year, I think what has like made people question for sure is because obviously I haven't posted like pictures of us or anything like that for a while, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, why does everyone presume we've broken up because of that? Like, it just makes me laugh. But I think for me, I just really reevaluated like our relationship, and obviously respected his wishes, that he's obviously a private person who doesn't have social media. So to be put on a platform in front of like 150,000 people is a massive thing for someone. And, you know, we just talked about it and just for me, like, I just really came to the realization that, you know, my work's my work. He's not part of my work. So if I do post pictures, great. If I don't post pictures, what difference does it make? Like, it's my work at the end of the day. It's my brand. It's not like my personal profile, shall we say, like, as personal as I do get on them. Yeah, it's a really weird one. It's a really weird one, but, you know, I feel comfortable with how it is, and, you know, if I want to post pictures, I will, but I just didn't want that pressure of like having to talk about it all the time, or having to, yeah, like post pictures, like, just because that's not who we are. Like, as much as I post pictures all the time, like, as a couple, we just get on with it, really. So it's a bit of an odd one, really, because I think people find that really weird, but then I'm like, well, if I didn't have this platform, that actually wouldn't be weird. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be weird if I didn't have this platform, but because I do, I think people just were like, why has she not spoken about it? Why has she not done anything? But also, if you understand twin flames, you'll also understand that there is a lot of lessons that come with that. And yeah, I just wanted to like deal with that privately, and deal with that, well, deal with that as it comes up, basically, like deal with it privately, and just, you know, learn myself about the whole process, and learn about him, learn about me, like when all the wounds come up, like you learn a lot about yourself. So definitely, like, I just wanted to like do that in my own time, away from like pressure, or away from like everything, so then I can truly just be like, right, I get this now, I get this, like, now I can talk about it. And like I said earlier, like, I don't talk about things until I'm through them. So that's been why, really, as simple as that, basically. But yeah, there's nothing to really update you on, like, all is well, and just getting on with it, really. Lavender has put that you're happy. Well, I definitely think I am happy. Not always, not every day, but like the majority of the time I'm definitely happy. Just positive vibes. I work on that all the time. So for me, I just make sure I've got like positive people in my life, that, you know, I try to deal with things more calmly. Like if any problems come up or tests come up, like I just try and deal with things differently now, and I feel that that does, you know, make you more like happy more regularly, if that makes sense. Mani Kalpa, I think that is. You are filled with self-confidence. Yeah, I think, well, oh, this is like an ego thing coming up. Oh, do I want to say I'm full of self-confidence, or do I not? Is that egotistical? Well, there's an ego. I was like, oh, that feels weird to say. Yes, I would say I do have a lot of self-confidence. I do believe in myself, but that's taken time to get to. Like, that's taken years to work on, like, self-love, loving my body, accepting who I am, believing in my work, believing in my passion, believing in my purpose. Like, all of this comes into like the self-confidence umbrella, and it's just come with time, quite frankly. Like, everyone's like, but how did you get to this point? I'm like, I'm 3 years in now. Like, it takes time. You build it up, and it's like all building up the emotional scale, and once you hit that point, you know how to maintain it, you know how to work with it easier, so that you can like maintain that high vibration and that, you know, that high level of self-confidence. But it all takes practice, it all takes time, and you just work up to it, and that's truthfully like what I've done with it. Loved this one. Readings with Matt. Not sure if it was sarcastic or not, but you love money. And I actually thought about this one, because I was like, do I? And I think it's a really weird one to answer, because yes, I love money, but don't we all? Like, I think I love money because I have a healthy relationship with it, if anything. So when I say yes, I love money, it's because I'm grateful for it, it's because I have a healthy relationship with it, and because I'm just a hustling girl boss. Like, for me, money motivates me, and, you know, it's not like it defines my life. Not at all, definitely not. Like, I'm not a flashy person. I don't even own my own home. So here's a really funny thing for you, actually. I was on Google the other day, and I had to claim my author profile. So I typed in my name, and it came up with like the most searched terms, and Mr. C was one of them, which made me laugh so much. I was like, what do people think they're gonna find if they like find him on there? Like, just like his profile would come up or something, even though he has no social media. It was quite funny. But yeah, one of the other most searched terms was net worth. And I thought, God, do people really want to know what I'm worth? And I was like, I don't even know what I'm worth. Like, obviously I know I'm worthy, but like my net worth, I don't know how much my net worth is. And I was like, oh, I've got to have a look at this just for the laughs. So I clicked on a few websites, and on one website I was worth £28 million, and on the other website I was worth £6 million. And this just made me laugh, because I was like, where do these people get these figures from? Like, this is ridiculous, because I don't even own my home, I rent my home. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, where have they got 28 million from? Like, I've just sold my couponing business, so my net worth has gone down massively, because obviously that was like a big kind of business, whereas this is like growing again. So I was just like, oh God, it's like nowhere near that. Nowhere near, not even close, like not even close at all. But it just made me laugh, because I thought, oh my God, like the people who just sit there and make these random figures up, like absolute lols. And you know, I haven't got like a humongous following. It's not like I've got like millions of followers. So I thought, how do they calculate this shit? But anyway, I'm no wiser of what my net worth is anyway, but like I just had to laugh at it all. But yeah, I think my love of money is because I'm like really, you know, I'm very business orientated. I'm very savvy. Like, I used to obviously be coupon queen. I'm very savvy with money. I'm very thrifty. I'm very, you know, driven in business. So for me, it does motivate me in a really positive way, but I don't let it define my life in, you know, a really positive way as well. So yes, I do love money, but I don't think that's a bad thing to admit. I think if you have a really healthy relationship with it, and why would that be a bad thing? Money makes the world go round. I need money to put food on my table. I need money to put a roof over my head. So yeah, but if anybody does know where this 28 million is, really could use it. So if anybody does, let me know, because I don't know where it is. Okay, on to Facebook. Sophie Ainsley has put that everything goes right for you, which I'm sure isn't the case, but I still feel that way. Oh my God, no, definitely not. I just tell you the end result. So most of my manifestations, like, don't happen how I think they will, and then like it'll be amazing still. It'll be something better that I didn't even think of, like the book deal for instance. But no, nothing, like, no, I think the universe teaches me to really let go of control, to really let go of how things have to happen. So a lot of the time it definitely doesn't go my way, and then I'll like get really upset, be like, for God's sake, like just get really down, and then I'll give up, and then the true manifestation will manifest. So yeah, I wouldn't say. And obviously, like, you know, even relationship stuff, twin flame, haha, wish I'd been told about that one before. That, yeah, that was a shock. That's not all like sunshine and roses. So yeah, definitely not. But you just work through it. Like, I think that's my main message. Like, I think maybe because you think it always goes well is because I always show you the positives, like of saying like how I turned, you know, it not going my way into a positive and being grateful for it. So therefore everyone thinks everything goes my way, but they don't see, you know, the hard work, the struggles, the letdowns, the setbacks, the frustrations, the rejections that lead up to those manifestations. But I always do try to obviously talk about them and say like this happened and this happened and this happened, but you know, not all the time it's appropriate or whatever, like you can't really talk about it. So yeah, definitely like I have setbacks, rejections, frustrations, oh my God, all the lot. But the universe just loves to test me, I think. It's just like, whatever, like if you're going to talk about this, you need some good tests. So that's how I choose to see it anyway. Helen Barber has put, I'm assuming you know what to do when things don't go according to plan. Oh my God, no, winging it. All the time, winging it. If something goes wrong, obviously in business, I always try to like think logically and just think, right, what can I do to, you know, plan B as such. But you know, life things, emotional things, nah, just winging it all the way. And I just trust my intuition. I'm very led by my intuition, so I always trust that and just know that I'm always exactly where I'm meant to be, so I don't always need a plan, if that makes sense. Karina has put, I assume you will make Christmas vlogs this year again. I wanted to include this just to address it. I'm actually not going to be making Christmas vlogs this year. Last year I had such a big friend circle, I was doing more, I had so many exciting things happen, but this year, just because of the book launch, because of like product launches and stuff like that, my life was going to be so boring in December and very work-based and very can't film things. So I did think about it. I thought, how can I work around this? But then I realized, like, Mr. C won't want to be filmed, so there's like basically half my life out, and then all you're really going to see me do is see Selena on a Friday with Bella, seeing my mum once a week, and me just like saying, hi guys, sorry I haven't spoken to you all day, I've been so rushed off my feet, can't talk about anything. So I just thought it's just going to be really pointless and really fucking boring, to be honest. So what I am going to do is I'm going up to London in December, so I'm going to vlog our little Christmas trip for sure. So there's a little Christmas vlog, and if anything else happens and I'm like, oh, this is vlog worthy, then I definitely will. But to be honest, I've got so much content planned, which I'm really happy about, that I just think, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to do it this year, and hopefully next year things will be a bit more quieter, and maybe, you know, my life will be a bit more interesting. But it's all work at the moment, like working up to the book launch and stuff, so sadly not, I'm afraid. Kelly McCabe has put, I assume that you are very confident, creative and well driven. Like, I mean, you know what you want in life, you strive for it and won't give up until you get it. I also assume you're very fun, bubbly and have lots of friends. Yes, I would say I'm very confident in my work, definitely very creative. Like, that's the one thing I love about my job, is how I get to be so creative all the time, and well driven, definitely. Like, I'm motivated so much. Like, people are like, how do you just motivate yourself? But I love what I do, so I'm definitely well driven, definitely always like having inspiration and creativity, and like, you know, following my intuition, and yeah, I guess I won't give up until I get it. Like, sometimes I realize, you know, I do have to be like, okay, maybe it's not in alignment with me, maybe that's not meant to happen. But yes, to a certain point I definitely am driven. I don't give up. If I have setbacks, I'm like, right, let's reevaluate, let's release control, let's let the universe help us a little bit. And then, you know, it always does happen for sure. But, you know, you just got to be flexible with stuff. Like, some ideas I have, like for merchandise or products or things I want to do, like, they don't happen just because they're not feasible, they don't feel in alignment anymore, or I'm going to do it at a later date. So yeah, I think it's having that knowledge of when to let something go, in comparison to when you should just, you know, let the universe help you a bit, and it's just not meant to be quite yet, really, is what I'm trying to comprehend here. But yes, I would definitely say that's all true for sure. Then very fun, bubbly and have lots of friends. I like to think I'm very fun. I love to think I'm funny. Like, literally, when a couple of people have read my book, they're like, your jokes are incredible, and I'm like, thank you, someone gets my humor. I'm always the one laughing at my own jokes, to be honest, and everyone else is like, okay. So yeah, like, I do think I have a wicked sense of humor for sure. Bubbly, of course, always chatty, always the one who's starting conversation. It depends who I'm with though, actually. Sometimes I could be really quiet. If I'm meeting someone for the first time, I could actually be really like quiet and just professional, whereas like around a social situation I'm always bubbly for sure. And have lots of friends, definitely not. I have a very tight circle, and I'm really grateful for that. I used to have quite a big circle, but it just, I don't know, it didn't feel in alignment for me, and like, it just got me down quite a bit, and there was quite like a lot of energy vampires. So for me now, I think just because of the nature of my work, you know, spirituality and things, it's a lot harder for me to meet more like-minded people who I can trust, and things like that. So yeah, I do keep my circle very small, but I'm fine with that. Like, it's less people to keep tabs on, if I'm honest. Like, I love my friends who I have. They're amazing, they're so supportive, they're incredible, and not all of them live around me. Like, obviously they live all over the country and stuff, but I'm absolutely fine with that. Like, you know, I'm absolutely happy with how my friendship groups are, wouldn't change it, love them all to bits. And, you know, I think it's good that I don't have to like rely on a big circle of friends as well to feel like social or whatever. I just haven't got the time, if I'm honest. I wouldn't have the time to see everybody. So for me, like, I think just having like, you know, a small amount of friends, and I think as you get older you do that anyway, you just have a small circle of friends who you really vibe with, who are like your sisters, like your ride or dies, and that's definitely what I have and what I really love. Andrea has put, you are so motivated and have your life together and you don't let small stuff get you down. Definitely motivated, have your life together, not so sure on that one sometimes. I think career-wise you could definitely say I have my life together, but I think that's because I have control over that, whereas my personal life, I don't always feel like I have it together. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I'm just like, but then I think that's my own control again. I think that's just my controlling beliefs of where I think I should be in life, where it's like, that's just like a society driven belief. Like, it doesn't matter where I am in life, I am where I am. But yeah, I don't always have it together, definitely not. Like, I think we've established this from this video now, I definitely don't always have it together. Don't let the small stuff get you down. I think I'll get upset about it and then I'll be like, okay, this is a bit stupid, we should probably just move on from this. Most of the time I can just brush stuff off and be like, oh, whatever, like, that's ridiculous. Or I don't know, it depends what it is, to be honest, in all honesty, it depends what it is. But once I've had a bit of a cry, I probably do move on from it, but sometimes I just feel I need that release. Like, I'm a very empathic person, I'm a very sensitive person, so any like hate, trolls, negativity like does get to me, but I'm definitely a lot better about that. You definitely have to have a thick skin in this industry, and yeah, I think that I know it's not true about myself. So if someone's like said something, like, I know it's not true about myself, so I don't get upset about it, because I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not me you're talking about. But yeah, I think it still hurts. Like, I'm human at the end of the day, it's still gonna hurt. But I definitely think, you know, the small insignificant stuff in life, definitely I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like, I think divine timing as well has been something I've really learned to grasp. So if there's like any delays in my work, I used to get like so worked up about it, stressed, and now I'm just like, whatever, it will come out when it comes out, it will happen when it happens. You just got to go with the flow of life a bit more. So I definitely have learned to just go with the flow of life more and just embrace delays, embrace tests, embrace it all, because we can't really do much else. Like, it's all about your reaction at the end of the day. And I think I used to just get so worked up and upset about all of this stuff, and I just thought, what's the point? Like, it's not gonna change anything, it's not gonna do anything, it's just making me upset. I'm the only one who's getting upset and stressed, and nobody else is. So for me, like, yeah, I think I've just learned to just go with the flow a bit more, be more relaxed, be a bit more fluid with life and the universe's plans, and just expect the unexpected in all things. I think that's definitely what this year has been. Expect the fucking unexpected, because oh gosh, it has been a bit of a roller coaster. Well, a giant roller coaster, to be honest. But like I said, once I'm through it, I'll let you know. Anyway, thank you so much guys for all of your responses. I really love doing that video, so I definitely think we will do some more. Thank you for all your questions and your responses. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for all your views and likes, I appreciate them all. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. And don't forget, you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls to talk all things spirituality and positivity. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic week and lots of love, guys.